everyone. Today I want to talk about why when you're sick, and I mean chronically sick, even if actually you've just got something acute, but it's really knocking you around, why you might look at some of your behaviours and go, yeah, but I know how to handle this. I know how to eat better, or I know how to take care of myself, but I'm not. Why don't I just, behave the way I think I should? And I find I have this discussion sometimes with people where, especially when they are either in the middle of it or they've come out of it, we've got them better, we've got them leveled up. And then they're reflecting on their behavior prior to that turning point in their session where they're, feeling better, got more energy, or, the headaches are gone, or the rash is gone, or whatever they're dealing with. So I find the easiest way to describe this is actually to adopt there's a psychological theory called Maslow's hierarchy of need. And you might have seen it. It's a triangle, and it shows, right at the bottom is your basic needs. So that would be, if you are having enough food, have got shelter, got clothes on your back, getting your basic living needs met, sleeping properly. Then as the triangle goes up, it becomes a little bit more in the conscious realm, like in the you can give to other people. You can start thinking altruistically. You can think about contributing to the world. You can dream. You can plan. You can have all of these other thoughts that if you're down in the baseline, if you're not having that met, you're not really thinking like that. And this is where, if you're in a chronic illness or if you're in a state of not being well, you actually are existing down in this baseline of not having your basic needs met. And I mean, you might have your clothes, you might have your food, you might have your shelter. So it's not about that. It's about where you are mentally and emotionally. You are just surviving. So you kind of don't have the capacity to think about anything else. You might not have the capacity to make a healthy meal because you are so in the trenches, you are so in survival mode, dealing with your pain or whatever's sort of affecting your daily living, that all you need is something in your tummy, and you probably are choosing something that's really simple, but then you have this layered over knowledge where when you have existed outside of this baseline section of the pyramid, where you have been well, you're probably better off with a nice cooked meal and some vegetables and this and that. But when you're down in this, so you have this knowledge there of what it was like to be well and how you would have treated your body in the past. But when you're in a sickness phase or an illness phase, you're kind of reaching for the ramen noodles because they only take 2 minutes, So so then there's this added layer where people have the knowledge of what is better, but they just are not matched in their energy levels, in their capacity in that moment to follow through. So I tell you this because sometimes we just have to give ourselves a break. Sometimes we have to forgive what we were doing in the past. And sometimes it's a case of you're not going to be thinking and doing and making healthier choices and healthier options just because of where you are at. And it's another, and this is another analogy that I use when people still are like, yeah, but I know what to do, and it's not like I couldn't do it. And it's like, actually, you kind of can't. So here's my other analogy. If you've got someone who's homeless, and they're just trying to, their priority is where are they going to sleep tonight that's safe? Maybe where are they going to get their next meal? They're not thinking about how they could go and do some charity work and give back to other people in the community, because their priorities are right there in that baseline survival mode. So that's where you are when you're sick sometimes, not all the time. But if you do ever find yourself in that position, I just want you to understand that that's okay. You just are surviving. You've just got to get through. And this can also extrapolate out. It's not just about how you eat. It might be how your house is, you know, the cleanliness of your house, or you being able to have the social calendar that you used to. You might not. You might not have the energy to even, you know, pick up the phone and call your mum, but then you feel guilty and why can't I do this? And I used to be able to do it and now I can't, and I'm letting her down and she feels sad, and, you know, all this stuff. So this is where you really have to honor where you are in your illness to be able to take care of yourself and then hopefully come out of it. So I hope that helps. And I have a few other things I want to say around the mental state of being sick and how that can affect your behavior, and so I will create more episodes around these ideas. Okay, take care. Bye.